Hello everyone and welcome back to our YouTube channel. This is Codestar Technologies and it's one of the best tech YouTube channel here in Kenya and also one of the fastest growing online learning platform here in Kenya and Africa at large. In our today's session, I would like us to check the new Daraja API version 2, at least so that you can get to know how you navigate, where you get the resources that you need, because these are questions that I've been getting from a number of guys. I normally get a question like almost every day, and people maybe don't know where to get some kind of the course, like as you can see here, based on either different programming language or those kind of stuff. And that's what I want to show you, how you can navigate and get to interact with this new version. Because what has happened is that they just changed more on the what we refer to as the user interface, and nothing much happened on the backend. So yeah, that is what happened, which guys have been saying that it doesn't deserve to be called the Daraja API version 2, but to me, you know that every developer matters, be it a front-end developer or a back-end developer. They matter. All of these kind of developers matter in any project. So it doesn't matter whether it is the user interface that changed, but the point remains to be that something has changed, and it is moving positive towards the good side of the development of innovation, or innovation in other words. Now, if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, kindly do so. If you are new on this channel, you need to know that here we normally share content to do with IT, and we have got amazing content, and the video that most guys have been watching so that they can end up giving these kind of questions, you'll find them here. When you just click on our channel, you realize that there is this video which I have pinned here on the fronted part. This first video that you can see here, this is the one that contains explanation how you integrate your website with Lipa na M-Pesa, or your application with Lipa na M-Pesa in other words. And when you click on this link, you're going to download the source code. We have got a zipped folder with all those kind of required APIs that you need to interact, like customer to business, business to customers, and business to business. So you just click there and download this source code from there, and then you can continue kind of changing the parameters. But now, for those who want to interact with the API, at least to test, it's not a must for you to have a pay bill number. You just need to create an account. You just visit this developers.safaricom.co.ke, then create an account. Once you create an account, you just need to have an email account. You just created the account, and once you create the account, now you can log in. As you can see here, I have logged in. Now, the first thing that I would advise you is, because that most people, they don't go through the documentation. Kindly make sure you go through the documentation so that you can get to understand, because sometimes you get stuck while the answers are right here on this documentation. Sometimes you don't need to go to external blog sites. Maybe you'll find that some have explained in a better way, but we have got some resources which you can just use here and get to interact with the API to test yourself how it is working and all those kind of stuff. So just click on the documentation and go through the documentation, then you'll get to understand how it works. The other thing, once you are done with the documentation, because when you check on the documentation here, you just get to see all the topics that are here, but as you can see, they are loading. Maybe my internet is not that fast enough to load them in a faster way. And yeah, that is the documentation area. Then we have got the next part is to create an application. I will open it in a separate link so that you can continue also opening this. And once you create my app, or you create an app, the next thing is to end up to the last one, which is the APIs. So I've opened them in a separate links because I want to show you something. So as I said, you don't need till number or pay bill number. They normally provide the sandbox, which is normally used for testing, like for the developers to interact the API, for them to get to understand how this API works. It provides a shortcode, which is the pay bill number or the till number, which you normally kind of use to do the testing. So you just interact with it as if you are live. Now, as I said, the first step is to create application, and you can see here you just need to create new app and you enter the name of your application, then check all this stuff. Once you check all this stuff, the next thing is you get to see the application that you've created, like this one. Like this is the one that on the sandbox here. So you just need to click Duka. You don't need to click that. Is you need to see the application that you've created here. The one I'm referred to it as Duka, and some of the products that I'm going to consume. Then they normally provide the consumer key, which is very important, and also consumer secret. These two are very important when you are working with this kind of API. So once you create application, because now that's where most people normally get stuck. They create application and maybe they check only one sometimes, and they fail to check others, and now maybe it can be you might be trying to consume one of the products which you have not checked. So it's good to kind of check all of them. Then once you do that, you get to the next part, which is now you click the API. So on the API, you'll see something which looks like this one. As you can see, we are now on the API tags, and these are some of the products that now you can interact with. Now in this case, I'm going to use M-Pesa Express. This is the STK push, where you'll find that so long as you have provided all the requirements, like the phone number that you want to use to make payment, and also you have provided the amount, automatically it's going to push that transaction on your M-Pesa APK application. So your work is just to enter the M-Pesa pin, and it's going to deduct the amount, and the rest is done. So in this case, we just click on the simulate. So that's where people normally get stuck. Just click simulate, and when you click simulate, it's going to give you an explanation of each and every parameter, how they normally work. Now maybe you don't know where to get the code. That's where normally people get stranded. But now most of the APIs, they normally provide the code, so our work is normally kind of changing the parameters. So in this case, first of all, get to understand what all these parameters are and what are some of the kind of data type that you need to pass. So once you do that, the next thing is you remember that you created an application here called Duka. So the next thing is to click this one, and when you click this one, now you'll be able to see your application here. And when you see your application, the next thing is to select your application, and once you select your application, you're going to see something that looks like this. Now here is now where you try to test, and in this case here you normally enter your phone number 0700 711 233. This is my phone number. That is, but here you pass the phone number. Here again, where they have asked again phone number, you enter phone number. Again, I will enter my phone number, which is 0700 711 233. That is the number that even most of you normally contact me via WhatsApp. Now if you have a pay bill number or till number, you don't need to write it here. This is the one that is given by Safaricom, so that you can test or you can interact with this kind of API. So in this case, this is where you normally don't put your shortcode. So in other words, that one you normally use your shortcode. You normally do it when you are applying it live. That's when you get the required resources that is the parameters that are needed. But the parameters which are provided here are for this, only this. I can call it either pay bill number or shortcode, whichever that you're going to call it. So we normally call it shortcode in this case. And remember, it works for both buy goods and services, that is till number, and also the pay bill number. They normally use you can use these kind of APIs. Now let's scroll down, and when you scroll down, you'll find that there are a number of stuff which are provided here, like the passkey and also the password. So for the password is generated automatically based on the what the shortcode is, and that is the shortcode is this number. This number you add the passkey, and also you add the timestamp, which is the current time. As you can see here, it is showing the timestamp. So whatever time password that is going to be generated is generated based on the time which has been passed. So, and that one is converted into base 64 encode, and once that one is done, now you can test, you can simulate. But now For you, if you want to apply it on your code, you will just need to click on the test credentials here, and these are the text credentials that you normally use to test now on the code side. So if you are using either Python or PHP or Java or Node.js, these are the parameters that you will use on your code. Like maybe you are stranded, because some guys, they normally get stranded where they will get the passkey, where they will get the shortcut, where they will get maybe to get to understand what is the party A, party B, things like those ones. So you normally get them when you click on this test credential, this one. But now, in our case, just what you just needed to pass is to pass the phone number, here the phone number again, and scroll all the way down and click this simulate. So here, as you can see, the amount which is going to be deducted is only one bob. So in our case, let's scroll down and click simulate. And when we click, automatically you will hear a message pop up on my phone asking those kind of stuff. So let me do that. Now that is a message that popped on my phone asking me to enter the PIN. So that's a transaction of do you want to pay Kenyan shillings once to Safaricom test 12 account number. This is the account number, and then we have got to enter the M-Pesa PIN. So if I enter the M-Pesa PIN, automatically it's going to deduct, and because I don't want to do that, I will just cancel it. Now in this case, what happens is that when you enter the PIN number, then transaction is going to be completed, and then you'll get the response, and the response is going to be kind of something like this, plus other transaction or all that, which is passed to your the URL that you've provided, which is your website. And now that one you can get and pass it to the database. So that's what happens. Now guys were asking about where you get the code. Now the code, you can see here there is JSON. Data is passed in form of JSON. As you know, JSON is a method of communicating or passing data from transmitting data from your application to maybe another application to the server, something like that. So in that case, we normally either use JSON or you can use XML. Yeah. So JSON is the one that is widely used nowadays. It's rarely to get someone who is using XML. Now, then if you want to implement it using C, you can see there is C programming there. There is C#. There is JavaScript for those guys who want to implement this one using JavaScript. For those guys who want to implement using Java, remember there's difference between Java and JavaScript. Java is a compiled language, JavaScript is a scripting language. Then we have got Go, we have got Node.js, we have got Python, not Python but PHP, which I normally widely used. And we have got also Python. I also happen to do one based on Python. And we have got Ruby, there is Swift. I think they are over. Those are kind of the languages that are supported, because this is another question that most of the guys normally ask me, does this M-Pesa API support either Java, Node.js, or C#? In that case, those are some of the questions I normally get. So in this case, that's how you can get to do that. Now this is the code that you just copy, and now you go out there and implement. But this will have a lot of complication. So what you just need to do is to click here and download this code which is provided here. Then on that case, now you'll just change the parameters based on to copy. You just click there. So you just change the parameters, like for example business shortcode. As you can see, you'll use this one for the Safaricom, which is the one for testing. But when you want to go live, now this here is where you apply your own real paybill number or maybe business number. Then password, you don't pass password. You are supposed to first of all compute the password using base 64 so that you can get it. Then we have got timestamp. You just need to pass the correct timestamp. You have to create a variable with the correct timestamp. Then we have got this one. You'll use either customer paybill online. The other one for paybill, it will be customer buy goods online, something like that. So if you are using either paybill now buy goods, you'll use a customer buy goods online. If you're using paybill number, we normally use customer paybill online. Now account amount, you'll pass the amount there, then you'll do the phone number that is going to make payments. Part A, you repeat part B there, which is going to be the short code. Then we will have phone number here, and you'll pass your callback. Callback, it's the path where you have stored this application, like not the path. There is a callback code which you implement, so that when the transaction is done here, what happens is that M-Pesa server will send data to your application, which is now your domain name. So that's where you normally receive that data, and once you receive the data, now you pass it to the database. So this is the link which is it is supposed to point to your web domain name. That is, if it is www.codestar.co.ke, then you'll pass either www.codestar.co.ke / maybe a folder, I call it M-Pesa. Then I will have got a code which is going to kind of now get the data, the JSON data which we get from the server, and we store it to the database. Then the rest you can pass the parameters, as you can see. Now that is it, and I guess right now you have understood how these things works. Now the challenge was most guys don't know how to implement or in a position to know where to get this either source code, something like that, if they need source code, or maybe if they need to kind of test so that they can see it, to see how it works. Now that's how it works. You just need to implement in that manner. Now when you do that, you just need to create a page where you are going to pass either the name, the amount that someone is supposed to pay, and all those kind of stuff. In that case, if you're going live is totally different, because you'll have to send a letter. No, not even a letter. Nowadays we don't send a letter. The new method, before you used to send an email to M-Pesa business, there is an email which it's called M-Pesa business, which you can get it from the documentation. These ones, when you go through the documentation that is provided here, you'll get that to know that when you want to go live, which you send a message to an email to the yeah, I think it's this one, M-Pesa business at safaricom.co.ke. That's where you send an email and explain to them you want to go live, and they will take you through the steps. First of all, they send a kind of a PDF form which you'll have to fill manually, some data which is needed for your shortcode. That is, I'm assuming you have now applied the pay bill number or the buy goods. So you will fill that form. Once you fill the form, the next thing, because it's good to understand the process. When you understand the process, things get easier. Now when you send the email, they will send you a PDF form which you'll fill manually and stamp. Once you stamp, because you are going to fill providing the details of your the products that you want to consume, that is the APIs plus your product, is a big pay bill or a buy good, that is still number, and other information, personal information, which you normally provide there. Once you provide that, they will approve. Now before or previously, they used to tell you to send a letter. You write a letter and send to them, but nowadays you just get that form which you just fill and stamp, scan, send back to them. Then they will create something we call M-Pesa operator account, which is created on M-Pesa portal. And first of all, now to log into the M-Pesa portal, this is the link for the M-Pesa portal, and when you click, it is not possible to load either using Firefox or maybe Chrome or maybe any other browser if you don't have something we call M-Pesa API certificate. The M-Pesa API certificate, I did a video about that one, so that is the next step that you need to make sure you do. So once you fill the form, again, make sure you install the M-Pesa certificate on your computer. And to do that, there is a video that I did which explained, which is this one now. is the video how to apply and install M-Pesa digital certificate. So just follow this video. It's a video which is less than 20 minutes. You can do it. You just install, and when you install, this certificate is only installed on Windows computer. It doesn't work with any other operating system. So if you're using Linux or whichever any other kind of application, forget that. Make sure you have got you are using Windows. And now to make use of to log into this portal, that is M-Pesa portal, which is org.ke.mpesa.com. To log in, you don't use I've explained much about it. You don't use Firefox. You can either use only two things, which is Chrome, or maybe Microsoft Edge, which is the new version of browser from Microsoft, or Internet Explorer. You can use those three. They normally works better. Maybe I can I don't know whether I'll be in a position to move very fast and try to check whether I can. Yeah, let me just load here. If you try to load this one, it's not going to work out. It is not possible to work out unless maybe they have supported of late, but it doesn't work according to the instructions that I read. So once you have sent the stamped form to this email, providing the information which is needed, the next thing, you have installed the M-Pesa digital certificate. You can log in to verify your account. Because they will create an account for you, and once they create an account for you, what you just need is to now log in. And to log in, you just need to enter, like the way you can see here. I've entered this link on the Chrome. As I said, you can use either Chrome or either you can use Microsoft Edge or Internet Explorer. Those two are the ones that normally apply. So in that case, you will enter this link and click enter. Now what happens is that once you do that, it's supposed to pop up so that you can select your account. Something different. You click that one and it's pop up your account, and then after that you log into your account, that is M-Pesa portal account. And once you log into the M-Pesa portal account, the next thing is yeah, as you can see, it looks like this one. So you just enter the correct details, which they will send. This you will get from them after when you send the letter, not the letter, the form, which is stamped. They will create an account for you. Then after creating an account for you, you will use the username, which is basically maybe the shortcode, and the password that they have provided. Then you verify using the phone number, because you will verify using your own phone number, which you have written on the form. Once you do that, now it's a series of process to verify, and once you verify, now you can log in and kind of check what happens there. Now if now you need to deploy live, I hope up to that point you'd have coded your system and it's working, because at that point you'll have interacted with the code which is needed on this part that we're talking about, the API part. You'll have copied the code, passed the correct parameters, tested using these kind of parameters which are provided here. And as I said, what you just need to change is kind of a few things which are provided, like the shortcode. Now you'll replace it with your correct shortcode. Password you're going to compute it on your code using the timestamp, because any programming language can generate timestamp. Then passkey, which is provided, and for the live, you are going to be provided with a live passkey, which is a different passkey. Shortcode, you are going to use your paybill number. Then the other thing is there is the option for party A, party B's, and so forth. Then you'll change the callback URL to the correct one that you're going to use. You'll also change some other things like what um, either if it is testing on that is customer pay bill online or customer buy goods online. It depends on whether you are using the pay bill number or maybe business number. So then once you do that, now you have verified your account here on the M-Pesa portal. Now, and they have sent to you those kind of pass key which are needed, uh, and you just need to kind of now get to the live option, which you click there for go live. Provide the data which is needed here. Click next. People used to upload test case. Nowadays you don't upload test case, so you just need to click next, and now that one is going to go live. So there are other things that you need to change, like for example the consumer key and consumer secret, because what will happen, it's going to, when you go live, it's going to create an application here. So when you click on this drop down here, you'll get your application which you are going to select, and now it is going to show the correct consumer key and the consumer secret, as you can see, which are totally different from this one. This is one we used for the sandbox, but now when you click this one, you'll get the one for your application for the live. Then you go and make changes to the consumer key and consumer secret. Then again, there is another thing that don't forget about changing on your code, which are the endpoints. Remember the endpoints which are provided here. If I click on the simulate, the endpoints of this API which are provided here, like this one, as you can see, this one is for sandbox. The one that is for a live API, we normally start with API.Safaricom, something like that. So there are some of they will send you the endpoints that you're going now to call for the live. So that is it, and now you will be able to test whether your code is working and go live. Now I said that I'm going to introduce new products to Codestar Technologies because as I said, these are some of the questions that you normally ask me each and every day. Like you'll find that someone has taken maybe away almost like an hour, maybe getting to understand their code. They want me to review their code, and sometimes you kind of like to do it free of charge, which is not a good thing sometimes. It's not good to furahia na vitu za free. So I want to introduce some kind of freelancing where you'll be able to post your assistant that you might need, or maybe if it's a project, if it's a for the project and you want maybe us to to do it and you're willing to pay, you just be able to enter the topic. Once you enter the topic, you give a brief explanation of how you want the program to work or the system to be developed. Then once you do that, you'll be in a position, even if it's a project or website or something like that, something that you want to apply on a business, you'll be able to just enter the details there and enter your phone number so that we can get to contact you, and that will be posted on our platform, where now the guys who have enrolled on our platform can be able to see the kind of jobs that are available. And now, yeah, we can do business and continue sharing this information, building our own brands and so forth. But for the guys who want to advertise on our platform, like on this YouTube channel of ours, that is codestar.co.ke, I said that one thing is that there are people, or there are guys, because this platform is of the guys which are below 30 years, and that is 35 years, and above 18. Most of it maybe 15 to 35. That is the age bracket. And most of the guys here, they need to buy laptops which they can use for programming or some other stuff. At this level, I normally get a lot of requests where guys, they normally ask me about the machine specification, where can I get, because sometimes when you're referred by someone whom you know, maybe someone you can trust, because in Kenya it's all about trust. If you can do business with and people trust you, it becomes easy. So in that case, in this case, we'll be advertising the products for the guys who are selling products. Like for example, if you have got a business called Codestar Technologies, you enter your phone number there, which you're going to use to make, that is M-Pesa phone number, and pay 100 bob. and give a brief explanation. You tell us the name of the business, the contact, where you are located, what you normally sell, the products that you normally sell. Don't list a lot of products. It's kind of, you are writing an advertisement here. You write, then you click there. It is going to be paid, and at the same time I get this information. And once I get this information in a video like this one, now when I do that video, I'm going to tell my audience that there is a guy who is so and so, he's selling computers, and for the guys who normally request for these computers, now you'll get there and you buy your computer there. And because my friends here who are doing business, this kind of business, they would have told us about if it's an HP or i5, 4 GB, 500 GB RAM, and hard disk, and 4 GB RAM. How much does it cost? Is it a refurbished one? Is it a new one? All this kind of information you get, even the contact, and you'll find that these are guys whom we can I can like account where they are and all those kind of stuff, because we want to improve the trust, because in Kenyan government, in Kenyan business sector, especially online platform, we normally face that problem to do the payments. So this one, now when you do that one, is going to just pop up and you enter your PIN and you get the payment. You make the payments and we'll be able to advertise just in a video, like less than 2 minutes. You'll just explain to our viewers what you normally do, what you normally sell, and all this kind of stuff. For the freelancing, it's going to come very soon, so keep waiting. And also for the e-commerce, it's going to be here very soon. Also for those products, maybe you can be posting on our platform. You just buy a store here, because remember, the most of the traffic that is going to normally happens on this website is all about guys who are in the tech. And assuming that you are dealing with technology, you are selling computers, you are selling laptops, you are selling those kind of stuff, and you want people to buy, we will have a shop here which people can get. If you're doing printing, all those kind of stuff, you normally do graphic design, you'll advertise your products here, and we'll get to move forward together. Because sometimes I know maybe there are people who want to contribute to this channel in different ways, and sometimes I normally see business as a give and take, something like that. It's not kind of always to give. There is something that you can contribute which can move this platform forward, and you can own it. You can make it one of the greatest platform here in Kenya and Africa at large. So that is it for today. I do appreciate. Thank you, and see you on the next one.